Caroline Rena, and I am putting together this series called Poem Talks. And it's something that I have been wanting to do for a long time. However, fear kind of got the best of me, and it has been a challenge for me to brave myself up to do this. But anyway, so I explained yesterday that I've been writing poems since I was in high school. And the more work I've been doing, healing work I've been doing over the last year, the more I am coming to find a peace within myself where that fear is like kind of slowly, well, it's drifting away. It's not easy to put stuff like this into words, but I really want to connect with you guys and show that it's possible to get from a life of anxiety, a life of depression, a life of fear, a life of chaos, a life of feeling like a victim or being victimized, whatever that looks like, to a place of peace. And these poems kind of reflect that journey. Well, they do. They reflect that journey, especially over the last year. And interestingly, I woke up this morning with the feeling of major shifts and changes in my life. And although this particular poem was written last year in 2021 on June 19th, which was a bit after the full year, the beginning of the changes. So again, real quick, my life shifted from moving from a relationship on April 6th into a year's worth of the dark night of my soul. And what that means is that it was like this powerful vision quest, search inside, because I've been searching outside my whole life. And I've always looked for things and people and situations and whatever to make me feel as if I was worthy. And none of those things ever really clicked with me. And so this past year has shown me the truth of me and all of us. We are all love inside. And I've said that for a long time, but I wasn't sure if I actually believed it for myself. So anyway, when I wrote this poem, it was the knowledge and understanding in the moment that my life was starting anew. And I'm getting that even more powerfully today. And that's why I'm saying coincidentally, I'm going in a sequence. So this just happened to be the next poem that I wrote. So the poem, again, it's called I'm Starting Anew. And I wrote it, and again, what I did was it was like I woke up in the morning doing my blog, and these are the things that came through me. These poems came through me to write. And there's always been this guidance of writing, writing the process and writing my life. My life is my story. So writing it in poem format, because I think that sometimes there's a connection there through poetry. I don't know. But anyway, okay, here we go. So, all right. My life is changing. I'm starting anew. The time has come, and I will see it through. Although I feel scared, I know this is meant to be. I'm finally here, and I'm setting myself free. This freedom, though, comes at a cost, one that most, including me, at some level crossed me over into the threshold of loss. Yet it's different somehow. My wings are aloft. These wings I've found, they've been there all along. The cocoon that opened has begun to make them strong. or to break free from the cage that has kept me bound. Even though the door was open all along, the shift is profound. Having trouble putting the words into view, knowing the sages at times had the same trouble too. I watch my life and how it's changing me, happy to watch it while fear is what I see. I tell myself that is normal to have, this fear I'm feeling and need to salve. This, the wounds, the memories, the healing as one, to move into a space that brings out the sun. It's not out there, it's deep in here. This morning, as I wait to start movement, I shed a tear. The tear is for joy, for the feeling of love I am having for self, my true beloved. No, I don't know what is happening now. Yes, the unknown is helping me allow these feelings I have that I don't recognize, yet the love inside does pressurize. This need to shift, this need to move. The gypsy queen is here to improve this life of mine from her space now that helps me to see what the fates will allow. I'm ready now more than ever. I'm ready to move. I have finally met her. She is the one who has guided me through to this place in time where I'm starting anew. You know, now I remember exactly why I wrote that. That was part of the process of last year. I had reconnected with a friend of mine, and my intention potentially was to move from where I was staying, and that didn't work out. So what's interesting is, I don't know how many of you know about, like, I did a lot of studying and research on Native Americans, and while obviously I don't know all of it, there were pieces of it that resonated with me. And one of the things was the cycle, and the cycle of the seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter, the cycle of, you know, how everything kind of moves in a circle, and we always come back to a different point. I've talked about, you know, going up the mountain, you come back to a different point. It's the same part of the mountain, but it might be at a different time of year. It may be, like for us, it would be at a different time of our lives. We come back around to the same thing. We see it, but we see it in a different way. And what that means to me is that the shift and the change of the cycles and how we walk through them is interesting, has always held an interest in me. So I intentionally made the last year that space that I called it a cocoon. Apparently a cocoon is for moths and a chrysalis is for butterflies. So I learned that the hard way, but I made that space. I literally had moments in the space I was living in that was very small, and it held me, and it helped me to be with me. And I reached out to people and I did things and I was still doing things, but I had those times where I was able to just be by myself and walk through what I was learning about myself and, you know, in my life. And anyway, so those realizations are like actually showing up for me right now. And the decision to do these poem talks is a result of my personal isolation that I have done in my life, especially within the last 5 years. And 5 years ago until maybe about 3 years ago. And going through the process of the relationship that I left a year ago was so powerful. And so now looking back on it, you know, it was an opportunity for growth for both of us. And it was a blessing, you know, and so was the past year. As hard as it got, it was really a blessing. And I'm grateful to the opportunities, the people that helped me to see who I am inside, and it took a lot for me to do that. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you, because it's like I feel the same today. I feel like I'm starting anew, and I feel like I wanted to share that, so again, you can see the possibilities, because it's not easy coming out of trauma. It's not easy coming out of depression. It's not easy coming out or learning how to release anxiety. It's not easy to do that, but within the past couple of weeks, I've learned that more and more that grief has really helped me to connect. And I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you right now talking if it didn't, because yeah, if you could have seen me 20 years ago, it was such a dark night of the soul that I couldn't even get off the floor without crying. And I'm not, and I'm grateful, and I feel peace, and I feel grateful that I am able to be here with you guys and just share these poems. So thank you for joining me on Poem Talks, and hope you keep following the process. All right, have a great moment.